Happening now, the drug trade continues to cause problems for law enforcement. The number of illegal guns is on the rise. Chautauqua County looks to capitalize on travelers through our region by promoting local tourist destinations.
And I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. It was a wet one last night. We clear out today, but that's not going to last. I'll have that full First Defense forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And New York State smoking bans are about to become a little more inclusive. Those stories and more coming up this Tuesday, October 24th, 2017.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm James Reed.
And I'm Justin Gould. Our top story today, the drug trade has sparked a sharp rise in the seizure of illegal firearms here in the city of Jamestown. Our Ryan Hedrick with more.
November 24th, 2016, about 4:30 in the morning, several gunshots rang out on this street right here, 129 South Main Street. A man shot and killed from Buffalo. His name's Alan Burnett Jr. He's apparently shot inside of his car. A memorial to him across the street from where a party was happening, where an argument reportedly ensued. Now, a credible law enforcement source tells us that that shooting was kicked off by a Buffalo drug gang who tried to come into Jamestown to deliver their product at cheaper prices. Obviously, that set the market off and tempers flared. Several shootings after that throughout the course of the day sent Jamestown law enforcement to 4th Street, to Faulkner and Thayer Streets. Residents were on edge. Now we're asking questions. This woman, who lives in the vicinity of the November 24th slaying of Burnett, says that she'll never forget what she heard.
About 4:30 in the morning, I was awakened by all this noise, yelling and screaming, and it went on, and then all the police arrived, and I heard they were partying right outside over there, and they were from this house next door. And so then heard yelling and screaming, and heard no, no, no. And that was the end of it, because then the police came and took over, whatever.
Gun violence is not uncommon in the city of Jamestown. In fact, it's getting worse. At a press conference a few months ago, Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snellings told us that they're seeing more illegal guns on the streets, obviously concerning to law enforcement. Over the last 3 weeks, 2 shootings in the city of Jamestown, both unsolved. In fact, the rash of shootings that was kicked off by the Burnett Jr. murder, still unsolved as well. A couple of weeks prior to the Burnett Jr. murder, there was a murder of Sherry Robbins. Now, that was completely unrelated, but it sticks to the theme of gun violence in the streets in the city of Jamestown. Jamestown has a growing drug problem as drug traffickers try to impose their will on these streets. Violence is becoming an all too common theme. In fact, Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snelling says when he started his career, a couple of rocks was a big seizure. Now they're seeing ounces of cocaine, and obviously that's a problem.
But 15 kilos off of one individual in the city of Jamestown, that's a career case for us.
That's last year's case.
Yeah, that'd be a big deal, in the city of Buffalo or Rochester, let alone Jamestown or Chautauqua County. So, when I first started my career, there was a lot of marijuana, there was crack cocaine. To arrest somebody, on a regular vehicle stop or just an encounter on the street with a couple of rocks was a decent arrest. And now it's here we are.
Now this is all that's left of Alan Burnett Jr.'s memory. It's an empty Remy bottle, an empty bottle of Hennessy, and one teddy bear. Jamestown police want more. They want your information from the murder, unsolved, of Alan Burnett Jr. at 129 South Main Street on Thanksgiving morning of 2016. But they're also seeking information about the shooting Sunday night on Barrow Street and the one at 95 Liberty Street a couple of weeks ago. It all ties into the theme of drug trafficking and gun violence being on the upswing in the city of Jamestown. Reporting from 129 South Main Street, I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Ryan, thank you. Now, Jamestown police have not commented on whether the last 2 recent shootings were drug-related. Of course, we'll have more at WNYNewsNow.com.
A local law enforcement official discusses the special relationship that develops between a canine officer and his handler. Sheriff Joe Gerasi says it starts with the department selecting the right deputy.
We're looking for somebody that is suitable for that, is physically fit, because you're going to be tracking and dealing with situations where you're in inclement weather. And so we look for somebody that we believe would take it seriously, and it's a long-term position. You're really kind of tied to it for the not the life of the dog, but the usable life of the dog. So we're kind of picky in who we look at.
Buffalo K-9 officer Craig Lehner will be laid to rest on Wednesday. Lehner's body was pulled from the Niagara River last week after he went missing during a training exercise. Lehner's K-9 partner, Shield, will remain in the care of the BPD and is expected to walk along Lehner's casket during the funeral procession.
The Chautauqua County Tourism Bureau is making a hard push for residents in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Rochester to visit the county this fall. The Bureau released a list of 5 popular destinations often overlooked by local residents. Officials say that as Chautauqua County continues to develop popular destinations like the Nashville Comedy Center, outdoor recreation is still one of the biggest draws for out-of-town visitors. They point out things like Pecan Peak, Lake Erie Wine Country, and Panama Rock Scenic Park as prime examples. Recently, county lawmaker George Borrello told our Ryan Hedrick that tourism officials are trying to capitalize on the 8 million people that pass through Chautauqua County each year as they're on their way to attractions like Niagara Falls. For more information, visit the county's Visitors Bureau at chautauquacounty.com. And now we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a first look at your weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, good Tuesday, everybody. And actually on that last story, one other place that I think is sometimes often overlooked is the Chautauqua Gorge in Mayville. That's my sweet spot right there.
Beautiful.
That is absolutely gorgeous. That's the best combination of nature right there. Hey, let's take a look at the Presque Isle Beach sky vision camera. You can see some of the cloud cover across Lake Erie. It is looking like fall. Look at the colors. It's starting to look like fall in October across there. We're dry today, but more rain returns. I'll have that full forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Dakota, thank you. City lawyer Shane Uber will soon have another practicing partner, his brother Sean. Shane broke the news on his Facebook page this morning that Sean passed the state bar exam. Our Ryan Hedrick did a feature piece on the Cherry Street law firm a few weeks ago. Now, their younger brother, Tyler, is expected to join his brothers after he finishes his education and exam. That story can be found on our website and WNYNewsNow.com.
Straight ahead, bad news for folks who do like their smoking done electronically, and a local poet is singing the praises of our area. Those story and more coming up next.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
We've lowered property taxes, we've got growth, we've got jobs, we've got financial stability, but I could never, ever look any one of you in the eye if I wasn't confident that there was someone ready to go, not someone that needs to learn on the job, not someone that needs a job and, hey, maybe we'll try county executive. And that person is standing next to me. It's legislator George Borrello.
Congressman Tom Reed says he is supporting a bipartisan tax reform plan that would help property owners who bring home under $400,000 annually. Now, unlike his Democratic counterparts, though, Reed argues that the deduction credit should continue to apply to those who make more than $400,000 as well. Currently, the program known as SALT, or the State and Local Tax Deduction Program, allows homeowners to deduct local, state, and school taxes paid from their federal tax return. Experts say that everyone benefits from the program, but only around 30% of taxpayers actually use it directly.
Governor Andrew Cuomo has signed legislation adding electronic cigarettes to the Clean Indoor Air Act, effectively banning their use everywhere that smoking tobacco products are prohibited. Cuomo made that announcement earlier this week, saying that the products are marketed as a healthier alternative, but they carry similar long-term risks as smoking. He added the measure closes another dangerous loophole in the law.
Gas prices continue to head downward. The national average price for a regular gallon of gas is $2.46, down a penny from last week. Now, 1 year ago today, gas was $2.22 a gallon. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the cost of gasoline is expected to continue to decrease as we head into the winter season.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Well, good Tuesday, everybody. Let's take one final look at the Presque Isle Beach Sky Vision camera, because I love this. You can see the lake, some of the cloud cover across, actually above the lake, and some of those nice fall colors showing up down there in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is a pretty nice picture, and if I could print that out and hang it on the wall here in the Weather Center, I would. That is just gorgeous. Now, we actually had that cold front come through last night. Here's the cold front here. You can see it's actually came past the area. Now, this is what brought us the rain and the wind, but take a look over here, way up here in Ontario, we actually have this low pressure system that is going to be sweeping across the Great Lakes region, and this will tap into some of that warmer water on the Great Lakes, and we're going to be talking about lake effect in the term of rain. And that comes on Wednesday. I kind of scared you there for a minute, didn't I? And but it's mainly going to be lake effect rain that we're going to be dealing with come Wednesday night. Current temperatures out there right now, pretty much ranging in the mid to upper 50s. We have 53 at Jamestown, 58 at Dunkirk, also at Buffalo. We got 59 at the Falls, 54 over there in Erie. And the warmer temperatures actually are off to the east, kind of where that cold front kind of scooting on out now. We're starting to get some of the warmer temperatures coming in. And today starts the World Series, and I wanted to give you an update on that. It is still going to be hot out there. 104 for today. That is going to be the first pitch there at out in LA at Dodger Stadium. Still sunny, hazy, and hot with a pretty gusty northeast breeze. It does cool off slightly tomorrow with a high of around 100, but it will still be hot, and the wind will still, it'll die down a little bit, but we'll still have kind of a gusty breeze out there. So definitely possible record breaker today for the World Series, for some of the hottest temperatures that we've seen for the World Series so far. 53 out at the airport, feels like 49. Combine it with that south wind of 12 and that 45-degree dew point. So all in all, not bad. You can see some of the sunshine starting to peek through here at the JCC Skycam. All in all, not a bad day out there, I don't think. Here's your first defense forecast for this Tuesday. Mostly cloudy skies. That's pretty much about it. We'll go for a high of around 59 with a south wind 9 to 14. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy, 41 degrees. And then for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies on average. We bring in a chance of rain showers for the afternoon hours. Highs will go down. We'll actually hover into the upper 40s. And take a look at the wind. Southwest 10 to 16. So it will still remain a little bit breezy out there. And then for the next 7 days of your life, we bring in the rain again on Thursday as well. And we clear out for Friday with a little bit more sunshine, but the rain returns for the weekend and to start early next week. Ryan will have sports right after the break, so please stay with us.
Chautauqua Audio Works now offers instrument rentals starting at just $17 per month. We're your school's band and orchestra headquarters, the only place with loaners on site. So pick up an instrument today. Order online with the keyword Chautauqua, shipping straight to your door. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Located in the St. Elmo building in Chautauqua Institution, La Familia Restaurant is more than a restaurant.
So people love the fact that we are committed to the farm-to-table aspect in our produce and focus on sustainability with our seafood too.
La Familia has signature dishes.
Sirloin filet over on the table. Next is our Aegean chicken and a cider brine pork chop.
La Familia even has a singing chef. La Familia, fine dining with a family atmosphere. Let them host your special event today. LaFamiliaCHQ.com.
A little NFC East action on Monday night. We start off in the second quarter. Look at the deep pass from Wentz. Collins catches it in stride. 64-yard touchdown. And just like that, the Eagles earn command early. Later in the drive, Wentz and Ertz hook up for a 4-yard TD. The Eagles beat the Redskins 34-24. Wentz 17 of 25 for 268, 4 touchdowns and an interception. In the NHL, at Madison Square Garden, the Rangers were rocked last night by the Sharks 4-1. The Rangers' tough start to the season, 2-6-2. The Sharks, with the victory, even up their record at 4-4. Astros-Dodgers hook up for the World Series tonight. You see the batting practice that took place on Monday. These two teams combined for 205 wins this season. First pitch just a little after 8 o'clock in Los Angeles. From the WNY Sports Now desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick, where it all unfolds here.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
A local poet who recently lost a loved one to active addiction is using her storytelling skills to work through a terrible tragedy and promote her hometown at the same time. Autumn Echo starred in a locally produced video. Here's a quick clip.
It is sick and beautiful the way anything still standing after 200 years looks, but it's still alive. Walk down 3rd Street and find a heartbeat or a wind chime. Either way, it's always making noise. It's always a sweet noise, rising from the slow footsteps of a community that will always be as grateful for a heat wave as they are for the first snowflake. We have to make the best of it. Still banking on the breath.
For more on this story, of course, you can visit our website, WNYNewsNow.com. Do you guys know, can you access that video elsewhere, like to see the whole thing? Or?
I'm not 100% sure where it came from, but I know we posted a link, and I believe we actually have the full video on our website as well.
Okay, cool.
So you can watch the whole. I think it's like 3 minutes plus, which is why we chose not really to air the whole thing right here. But the video in its entirety is there. Ryan had a story on it, and actually, it's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, that looks interesting. I want to see more of that. Yeah,
there's a lot of good things happening in our community. And I think that a lot of people kind of bury it with the bad.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to address the bad. And the only way it's going to change is, unfortunately, James, not to excommunicate your group of people, like the older people in the county. Yeah, I know. You know where I'm going with this.
Justin's about to insult people.
Not that old.
I'm not going to insult people. Like through guidance, through our politicians and our parents, we have the younger generation is where this is going to go, where the solution is going to be fixed in, and people that are Storm's age and my age and Dakota's age. And I think that they're trying that definitely on a county level, and the only way that it's really going to change is if you do go out and you vote and you partake in government, and you also partake in social things as well. So it's pretty cool to see her story and also her ideas as well, because that's kind of where everything's going to go. So, Storm, were you going to tell me something? I heard you. Yeah, what's the name of it? Okay. He has the actual name of the video if you do want to search it. I'm assuming it's on YouTube as well, but we posted the whole thing as well on WNYNewsNow.com. So, you don't have the name? Jamestown's Woman's Passion for City captured an emotional video. That's the headline on our website, so you can search that. We don't have. I think it's like one of the 5th stories down on our top story for today. So lots of good content on there.
Cool.
Speaking of good content, Dakota has a look at your weather, and you got something on your tablet too, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, Storm, if you could come back to me just for a second. I wanted to show this before we looked at this, the 7-day. Today is the anniversary of Hurricane Wilma when it made landfall in southwest Florida. And this is, I don't know how well you can see this here, but this is Hurricane Wilma as it was making landfall in southwest Florida on this day in 2005. And Wilma is probably one of the most overlooked hurricanes of the 2005 season, because we had, of course, Katrina, and then we had Rita, which caused extensive damage. But this also did excessive damage in southwest Florida. It killed 5 people and it caused over $20 billion in damage just from Wilma alone. And it was a Category 3 at the time of landfall. And so...
Wow. And we've had a pretty active hurricane season this year.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's just the news media hyping it up, or...
No, actually, well...
Would you consider it to be pretty...
Well, actually, this hurricane season has been pretty active. And quite frankly, that has actually been kind of well forecast. NOAA did predict that this hurricane season was going to be around average or slightly above average, and that certainly has been the case so far this year. Now, getting back to local weather, let's take a look at that 7-day. And you can see we're clear today with that high of around 59. That's still above average. Average high this time of the year is 56. But we bring in the rain on Wednesday. And again, Wednesday nights, because of that low pressure system that's across Ontario, that's going to drip across the Great Lakes, that is going to trigger a response from the lake in terms of lake effect rain, not snow. So, whew, so we can kind of...
Disclaimer there.
Yeah. And then the rain continues on Thursday. We clear out again on Friday when the temperatures bounce back a little bit, but we still are cold. Now, toward the end of the weekend, toward Monday, another storm system will develop near close proximity to us. It's mainly going to be rain, but that's all I'm going to say on it until I'm more confident to say more.
All right. Dakota, you're very good at what you do, so we're just going to let him do it. I wanted to say one thing. I'm not trying to discredit James Reed here. Not trying to dig myself into that hole because he's incredible. But like for the issues itself... the issues itself, it's like, James Reed is looking to, retirement in Florida. And
not anytime real soon.
Not anytime real soon.
No.
He loves us too much.
We'll send the WNY News Now Learjet.
Yeah, we'll send
we
you
have a
we'll
Learjet that's on the top of the building.
Not to dig back into the past too much, because I know Storm's like yelling at us because we got too much time, but you were talking about when you worked in Erie before this, and they did stuff for the a Caribbean island.
Right.
They did like the weather forecast for that.
Yeah, the whole Caribbean, actually. Yeah.
In Erie, Pennsylvania, because they own stations there. So like we'll have to open up a Florida News Now or something.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So,
yeah, works for me.
Hey, that is News Now for today. Of course, we're back tomorrow.
And for News 24/7, visit WNYNewsNow.com, where coverage comes first.
See you tomorrow.